action on the Eagle Grove Rec Center. Mr. Davis?
Essentially, the rec center project, as you know, is under the jurisdiction of a nonprofit. With the election last night, it is now the time that we bring the rec center back into the city and have the city own and operate it. So the first step in that process is to put the rec center under the jurisdiction of the city, and that's why we're coming to the Parks and Rec Board to see if that would be something that they would recommend.
I'm curious right here. I got a question about this. Because you two are the owners of the nonprofit. So, yes, you are. You are the owners of the nonprofit that built the rec center. You two. Okay, so you should not be involved in the communication of this at all. You should step aside. You should, it's a conflict. You should not be involved in this communication at all. You two are the owners, so therefore you shouldn't be part of it. So who is vice president of that? Who is vice president of your board?
I believe Rod is. You the vice president of our board?
I am.
I'm just curious. It's questionable that you're doing this and how you're doing it, because it was never approved legally to begin with. It was found in conflict.
Okay. So Rod, I guess you're taking it under discussion.
I'm just curious. I don't know the legalities of it, but I know you should not be involved. You two are the nonprofit. You two.
We're not on the nonprofit.
Huh?
We're not on the nonprofit anymore.
Yes, you are. You're still the owners of the nonprofit. You have a board. You have a board that represents it, but you two are the nonprofit.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect.
You cannot own a nonprofit.
What's that?
You cannot own a nonprofit.
Well, you were the one that started the nonprofit.
There's a difference between organizing one and owning it. There's a difference. We are not in a nonprofit. There is a board.
And the board was disbanded, correct?
So, yep.
As of when?
So then there's no,
So when was the board disbanded?
that's what I heard, I don't know.
So,
Correct.
You didn't answer the question.
I don't know. I don't know the legalities of this, really. I don't. You were the nonprofit that started the LLC. You were the two
it's not an
LLCs.
LLC. It is a nonprofit.
Well,
There's a difference.
okay,
Trust me.
okay,
There's a difference.
okay.
Okay.
That is a correct statement. Me and Bryce are the ones that started it. That is correct.
Okay.
Since then, me and Bryce are no longer.
So are you a board member of the rec center?
No,
Okay.
I'm not. Neither one of us are board members of the rec center.
So who presented it? Who's presenting it to this? Who's the representative, or when
From
did
there
it come
to-
back to here?
This is just a topic of discussion.
Have the
Do we
city
want-
take it
do we
back.
want the rec center in the city jurisdiction or keep it outside? That is the conversation right now.
Well, I think it needs to come back to the city. I feel that.
Yes.
I felt that way to begin with.
Yes, so that's what we're discussing right now.
Okay.
That's something that the Parks and Rec Board would allow, under their umbrella, because they are in charge of the recreation programs. And so
What happened to all the agreements then
those would.
with the
go away.
employees
Those would go
and,
away. Everything would be disbanded, should they come back under city jurisdiction.
shouldn't that have to be brought to the city council prior to here?
Yes,
And then,
correct.
and then directed back to the board?
It's pretty counterintuitive, but yes, if you wanna go that direction, we can have the city council discuss something, ask for Parks and Rec recommendation, and then go back to the city council.
Well,
Or we can just do a Park and Rec recommendation and go to the city council on the 20th.
like I said, I don't know the legalities of it.
Right.
I mean, I met with you two guys in March of 2 years ago,
Right. I'm very aware
So-
of the legalities.
you're very aware of the
I'm
legalities.
very aware.
Well, I don't want it to just sit there.
No, I think it needs to go back to the
Yeah.
city. Yeah, so basically what we're attempting to do here is we were just gonna get the Parks and Rec board, whether, Mr. Ashius, I'm not exactly the 100% on the legality of it either, other than I know that me and Bryce are not part of the rec center at the moment. We did start it, but we're not part of it, and so now basically we were just gonna discuss whether I should be doing it or Rod should be doing it. If the rec center is coming back to the city, what the board would recommend doing as far as if the board would recommend taking it back over, as far as the Parks and Rec board would take it back over, have insight over the whole project, and what our recommendation would be to the city council. Not that we are necessarily doing anything with it, other than just advising the city council what we recommend to do with it, seeing how, that's the stage we're at right now.
Is there any outstanding bills?
You're all under the microscope, so I can understand if you do not want publicity.
What?
You're all under the microscope, so I can understand if you do not want this publicity. So we can just leave it to Mike Boyd to finish, and that would be fine. We can wait till January and let it sit.
Why are you saying that though, Bryce? Why are you bringing it up like that?
I doubt anyone wants that.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying leave it to Mike Boyd to finish? Why are you making that statement?
Please, we're in a meeting. I made the statement because Mike Boyd has ideas and he can finish it. And we will have that conversation in January. When you want the city council that has a mayor and a at-large council member that's gonna be off making these decisions now, or would you like to wait for the new council? Those are the things that we have to discuss. And that is perfectly fine that we wait till January.
Well, obviously, this is all new to me, all new. All this is, when we walked in, I had no idea what this was going on, so. I mean, we haven't had a meeting since, what, April, I think? When we did a walkthrough through,
For the rec center, yeah.
so.
So we can table that if we want, discuss it more once we have thought about that a little bit, because all of us are probably slightly blindsided by that.
I got a couple more questions,
I mean,
and roll your eyes at me.
I would like to get some more information on what's going on to the board.
What are the costs associated with maintaining it right now?
So,
Yeah, they have to. It's on the agenda.
yeah,
They have to.
I see we got a schedule for the meetings.
I can't speak.
Yeah.
It's on the agenda, right? So it's open forum. If it's on the agenda, it's open to speak. So my question is, who's maintaining it currently now? Who's paying the bills for heating and cooling? And have all the bills been paid?
The rec board, to answer your first question.
You just said it went away. They went away.
I'm not on the rec board, but they are in charge of those bills because they have not been transferred to the city yet. So I'm assuming it's the rec board.
Okay.
It has not come back to the city yet.
And you don't know that it's where we're at financially.
Nope, I am not on the board.
I'm not either, so.
Who presented it to you? To be brought up here?
To be brought up here?
Yeah, who presented it to you? The attorney?
No, just, I have had conversations with their attorney, because they are moving towards, wanting the city to take this project over to finish it.
What was the original concept of the project? What was the total dollar figure? And when was the completion date?
That's irrelevant at this point.
I think it's relevant.
It's no, because the costs have changed. I'm not quite sure where all the inside, so it's one of those things where we're gonna have to use some due diligence. But we got a couple months to figure that out.
And that would be probably a question for the board that disbanded.
Right. And honestly, those are gonna be questions that we're gonna have to ask, but at the end of the day, I think we all can come together and get this project done. So. if it's
Like I
gonna
said,
cost-
I've never been against the project.
Right,
I never have
that's
been.
correct,
I've told you that in the beginning.
right.
Never have been.
So if we have to go and spend another $2 million, or we have a vacant building sit, that's a conversation piece.
So that becomes a bond issue. And it almost becomes a bond issue with taking it back because of the costs associated with it, or you're gonna take it out of general fund.
I do not have those answers for you. Please ask Mayor Mike Boyd.
Well, that, you can't pass the buck. This is still going on. You got heating and cooling, major heating and cooling going on. He doesn't take hold till January. You have things to take care of out there right now. Those floors could heave, that could ruin that place in no time at all.
Just from like the finance officer standpoint, we can't pay for anything though when it's not ours.
Not yours, that's.
So I'm just saying, like, the city can't do anything at the
Well,
moment.
he's saying not to do anything till January.
Well, we still can't do anything. There's been no contact
So
with
if
the
we're gonna-
city, so we can't do anything until we're given notice. So nothing,
So who's liable then for that property right now?
the rec board. The
So insurance wise and
They have, yep.
heating and cooling wise, no,
Yeah.
but they disbanded, you said.
We have not got any sort of official paperwork or anything, but that was the word on the street. So this was, I think, maybe like just discussion.
Well, you're bringing it up on an agenda,
Yeah,
so there has to be some legal stuff going on to be on an agenda.
I've never seen anything for, as far as the finance officer part,
Okay.
we're not paying for anything or anything like that.
Okay.
Yep.
I hear,
So
I
if
hear, where-
There's
hear where you're coming.
insurance and everything like that, that's on the nonprofit and stuff. So they would have to pay for anything. And if they don't, then obviously, if it does go to the city, then we have to pay for it after the fact. Once we have ownership.
I don't like after the fact.
Well, there's just nothing we can do. You know, city's not gonna pay for something they don't want.
Right, yeah.
I understand, but there's
I worked
still
for the city for 16 years, I
the
don't know.
Yeah.
time of year it is, it's pretty,
It's a dire situation.
pretty
because
crucial.
We don't have heat in there.
well, that's
It's
why,
gonna
you-
get-
The
that's
cement's
why,
gonna crack and then
that's why you can't wait till January, is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
Yeah, but we're on November 8th right now. And there's not probably a lot of time with all legal stuff. I have no idea how long things take, but that's probably where you're probably at, is January. Unfortunately.
Like I said, we just walked in, I don't know if this is going on, so.
Yeah, and I don't think we've ever heard anything truly official yet either, so it's more or less speculation on what, I guess, action will be taken once technically we see something official back, so. But, that's where that sits. Review and discuss, moving on, review and discuss action on Parks Recreation Board meetings for the calendar year 2024.
Rod,
So in our list is what our planned Parks and Rec Board meetings are for next year. They're basically always on Wednesday, 6 o'clock here. You have the dates there in front of you.
Make a motion to accept, calendar dates for the 2024 meeting dates and times for the Parks and Recreation
So
Board
good.
meetings.
Second,
Under $33 million.
all in favor?
That should go,
bond issue,
Perfect.
citizens that you.
Sure.
bond issue.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Not based on private.